Right, good morning. Just something different at the moment. I'm just at the laser. What I've got here is a little red circle, and I've got the width at 6.5 millimeters and a height 6.5 millimeters, and it's on this little disc down here. So I'm going to cut out that circle for a target. Okay, so I'm now going to cut it out. I'm not quite sure it's going to be centre, but it's going to be close enough. That's the hole. So that's 6.5 millimeters. Okay, 6.5 millimeters. And that's going to be a target which I'll be trying to shoot through with the 2.2 pellet. So what I'm going to do is put a bit of masking tape behind that, and that'll tell us if I've shot it or not. Okay, so that's a bit of masking tape on that 6.5 millimeter hole. And this is going to be with a Crowd 2.2, of course, you know, so the other thing, I'll wait until I get outside and we'll do it. Right, good morning. I could barely see the comments this morning. The eye what I aim at. I said the other day about I got a ruptured tear lobe, and at the moment my eye's full of water, and when I was reading the comments this morning I could barely make out the words. One of the comments from Peter about he gets frustrated, you know, he's the same age as me, 79, and he gets frustrated because of the shake he gets, you know, and I did write back in saying, well, I don't get frustrated with anything really. I get annoyed but not frustrated. I tend to change the way I hold a rifle. You know, if you dig it into your shoulder too much, people think that's going to take the shake out, but it don't. So it's really to find out where to hold that gun steady, you know what I mean? And also when to squeeze that trigger, just at that right moment. When you're shaking, you just got to judge the shake with the point of aim and the squeeze of that trigger, you know. And so I treat it as a game, like a game of cards, you know what I mean, game of poker or what. You're going to win and you're going to lose, you know. Makes no difference. It's just class it as a game, and you know, try and hold it in different ways. Well, you just saw me make a small hole in a round disc, and that's going to be my target today. As I say, my eye's blurry. It's like looking through a raindrop, you know, on the glass, and everything's like a little bit distorted. But even so, I'm still going to try and shoot this. You can see the circle down there. Now that's 6.5 mil. So the pellet is a 5.5, you know, so as I say, this is the kind of game I play. Try and shoot, you know, try and get that target as best as you can. See, there's a circle which I cut out, and behind that circle is a bit of masking tape, and you just got to zoom in, and you know, by not having a lot of zoom, it can stop you shaking, you know what I mean? So I want to see if I can go through that hole. And of course the idea of that cardboard is if I miss it, it's going to make a pellet hole, you know what I mean? Yeah, so let's have a go, shall we? You know, someone wrote or phoned me, I can't remember who it is, asking what other hobbies I've got. Yeah, I've got a nice little workshop, but it's untidy at the moment. I've got the laser, which I make 3D objects for some people in a church, just like this one here. As you can see, it's layered, and it just says "Love God." You know what I mean? I make little boxes which, if you smoke, you hold your papers and filter tips, you know, and to me it's all interesting. And of course I've got, strangely enough, a drone, a DJI drone, which I bought, I don't know, maybe four years ago. Only ever flown it once or twice, I can't remember. And the idea was to use it as I'm shooting. And of course I made a mistake. Well, I made a mistake of buying it, really, because here it is, and you can see my license number. Yeah, a little DJI, I can't even say it, drone, and the idea was to have aerial shots when I was shooting. But that didn't work out because I'm on a flight path. In fact, I got two drones. One I bought up on eBay, which I was selling. Bloke bought it, never paid for it, so I've still got it in a shed. That's another combo, but not a DJI. Anyway, never mind about that. Let's get on with this target. Oh. As I say, at the moment it's just like looking through a raindrop. This eye. I've got appointment Friday for the eye. You know, seeing it's what, 6 weeks now since I've had that one done. So they're going to check my eyes and see if I need other glasses, which I do. And I can tell them about this tear lobe, which I've somehow ruptured. Okay, so I'm focused in. Now whether I can go through the hole, I don't know. You know, it's just a target. That's the way I look at it. It's just a target. I'm playing a game and I either win or I lose. Makes no difference what way it goes, you know what I mean? We all prefer to win, but we have to lose some point. And there's the shot. Gone straight through the hole, a 6.5 hole, millimetre. And that's just clipped it, see? Hasn't clipped it by much, but it's clipped it. So that would be, I would class it as a foul, you know what I mean? And that's also clipped it. So the first shot went through, the other two clipped it. So at the moment, it's 2-1, you know, 1 for me, 2 for the target. And that's gone straight through, so that's a draw, 2-2. Now I don't take that too bad at 24 yards. In fact, I class it as good. And if you notice, the rifle's not shaking. Yesterday afternoon I repaired the bipod. The table is still moving, but the bipod's not. And also I'm not digging it into my shoulder. It's just resting there, you know. And all you got to do is find out. By moving it into your shoulder or moving it out of your shoulder. I can't really tell you where my other hand is. My other hand's always fisted underneath the butt there, and so higher I clench it and move that rifle up or down. Some people use the flat of the hand, but I tend to use my fist. And if I want to go up further or down, I can just clench my hand, you know. And it's all these little things which helps, I think, with the aiming and also keeping the rifle still. But I must admit, since I've repaired this bipod, the rifle is absolutely still now. It's only me if I move the table. And that's straight through again. Now, the longer you take to aim, the worse it is, you know. Well, I can't say the longer it takes you to aim, but for me, the longer I take to aim, the worse the shot's going to be, because you're always trying to get that in the right place without shaking that rifle. And the longer you're holding it, it's just like a bow and arrow. If you draw back the bow and you're holding it, and all of a sudden your hand starts to shake, you know. It's exactly the same as a rifle, really. But try not to get frustrated or annoyed with yourself. Just treat it as a game. You either win or you lose. you know. And I found with myself, it's like when I forget to load it in, that takes a little bit of concentration. Hang on. And then I've blown my nose. So I've got. This is bad, you know. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying now. Completely gone out of my head. Something about concentration or long. I don't know. Oh yeah, when I forget to load, sometimes that will put you off your shot. You know, you get it just in the right place, and you pull that trigger, and you forgot to load it. In the back of your mind, it's playing a little bit of tricks on you, you know. So that's straight through again. I mean, you can play about with these targets. I mean, okay, I can make targets up with the laser. Make small holes, big holes, whatever, you know. But a target is just a thing you're shooting, and if you miss, you keep on trying to shoot it until you find the correct way of either holding over that particular target and you know. But sometimes it's guesswork, especially if you're shaking, and this is where I say about finger control, you know, the old finger control, and knowing when to pull that trigger if you're shaking, you know what I mean. You could be like that, and it's knowing when to pull that trigger to still hit that target, you know. But Pete, don't get frustrated over it, just treat it as a game. And that's straight through again. As you can see, there's 3 little marks around that circle where it's just clipped it. Now I don't know how many shots I've taken, but I do know that 3 shots have clipped that little hole, that 6.5 hole. You do that, you do this for a week, and then make a 6mm hole, you know, and start doing that, and come down until you can get a 5.5 pellet in, say, a 5.6 hole, you know. And that one's really clipped it. And that's gone straight through. So I've had 4 clips, and I don't know how many shots I've taken. I've got 2 more shots. So 4 clips, and 6 have gone through. Is it 4 clips? Yeah, 6 have gone through. So I've got 2 more shots. And that's clipped it again. So this is the last shot. And that's clipped it again. But you know, it's just one of those things. But if you was going for a small target, you know, like the beads what I shoot, you would still hit them. And this is good practice really, trying to go for a hole. Oh no, still got one more shot. And that's gone through, but then again the hole is a little bit bigger, you know. Of course, if you haven't got a laser, you make your own hole. You know, so we haven't got a laser, I'll make a hole there, and now we'll try and shoot a hole. And that's it, gone straight through. You know, and that's a 5.5, just gone through a 5.5, you know. And that's gone through again. But all it is really for me is this kind of, what I'm doing on YouTube is really just practicing, enjoying myself, doing what I'm doing, you know. Whether it works out or not, it makes no difference. People might think, oh dear me, you know, how can he miss that? Or what a good shot that was, you know what I mean? And it's straight through again. If that kept up, you can imagine what a group would be like. But it won't, you know, sooner or later I'm going to miss that. You know, and this is what I know. Sooner or later I will miss. And that's straight through again. And that's with a blurry eye. Maybe I should be blurry all the time. And that's gone to the right, see it? And it's straight through again. You know, just keeps going straight through. I mean, look how small that is. I'm quite pleased the way I shoot, and you know, as being 79, yeah. At our age, we should all be proud enough to shoot how we shoot. You know, we're not youngsters anymore. That was the last shot, that was 12. So really, out of that 12, maybe one or two just clipped it. Yeah. That's it. Not bad bit of shooting really. As I say, I use my fist underneath the butt, so if I want to higher it or lower it, I can just squeeze me hand, and that does a lot. And also finding how, or the right place, how to hold the rifle into your shoulder. You know, you might like a tight grip on it, you might like a loose grip, or you might not like a grip at all. Because now, look, you can see I'm resting away and that rifle is staying still. If I want to lower it, I just squeeze my hand. You know. But shoot, as I said yesterday, shoot the way you do, but just try different little things. What may help you out, you know. I'm not saying it's going to help you out, but without trying, you never know. Yeah, about the DJI Maverick. Dear me. I bought it just to really do shooting, you know, so you could have an aerial view. And as I say, didn't realise at the time I'm on a flight path, which is which I can't use. But it would be interesting to take that out in the car and find a place where I could shoot, you know, send it up and see where a place I could shoot where there's no dog walkers or public. But then that still becomes illegal, you know, because someone owns that land and you've got to have permission. We've got so many strange laws in this country. Anyway, I can gabble on for ages, but so this is the end of the video, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.